Hi everyone. Today's video has 3 points and you're going to want to stick around because the third point is a secret as to how you can win based upon which type of self-publisher you are. So the topic we're discussing today is what kind of self-publisher are you? When you're writing books as a self-publisher and you're looking to sell those books and you've considered a little bit upon what kind of a writer, an author, a self-publisher, a business person, a marketer, all of these categories may help you the most or may limit you. This is something that you've considered a bit and you realize that some of these things could create a problem for you, that maybe you're not actually really have what it takes to win at self-publishing. Therefore, you're going to want to stick around because I'm going to tell you exactly the different types of self-publishers there are and also help you identify which one you are and how you can use that to your advantage. I'm Chris Baird from selfpublishingmadeeasynow.com, where self-publishing doesn't have to be so hard. Hit the subscribe button if you'd like for me to make more videos like this one and that you won't miss. Hit the bell to make sure you don't miss any additional videos as we race towards 1,000 subscribers. And check out below in the description where you can grab a copy of my absolutely free self-publishing secrets checklist that will tell you the steps necessary to win at the self-publishing game. So from my own story, when I first got started, I was a person who was terrible at writing. I would have all sorts of grammatical mistakes. I didn't have a lot of practice. I did get better at writing a lot and becoming a bit more prolific when it came to emails. I started writing lots of very long letters to many people, and that increased the speed at which I could write. And so it told me a little bit that maybe I had some of it in me, even if my grammar and other ways of writing were not very up to par. I did not do very well in class either. And so, but I had ideas I wanted to share with the world regarding a number of topics. And the thing is it ended up making me a knowledge expert because I spent a lot of time going deeper and deeper in these certain ideas in some areas, but I was not a natural born writer by any means. I remember I had a roommate at the Air Force Academy who was by far a natural writer, somebody who could write stuff that you could publish it right off the bat without even editing it because the quality was just so high. But I personally did not have this skill set, so I was not a natural born self-publisher. But I found that I could win in self-publishing even with these limitations. The thing is, I've run across many other types of self-publishers over the years, and that each one of the types of self-publishers have a certain style and a certain things, benefits and disadvantages that you have that go along with what you are. And so that's why it is important for you to find out which type you are. So what kind of self-publisher are you? Well, the first kind that I'd like to hit, it's the natural born writers. And these people, you have two things you'll have coming. One is you're going to have ideas to help people solve their problems, or you're going to have stories that you want to share with people, and you're a natural born writer. This just flows. It's very easy for you. Where you can find yourself getting stuck as this natural born writer is that you begin to understand that self-publishing requires technical knowledge that you can build up easily. That's why I teach people in my Formatting Made Easy course below in the description exactly how to go through the steps and keep it easy as I go back and forth with my students to make sure you understand what to do as you click by click on what it takes to do it. So even a child, that's one of the reasons my children all have books on Amazon. It's just so easy. A child can follow the steps. But I do understand when you first get into a program, it's a little confusing at first, but we make it much easier. But natural born writers can think that if I just write a quality book, I don't have to go through all the additional steps. Or you're going to think traditional publishers would just pick up your book and throw it on the market, and you begin to realize this is not how this works. But that is one of the challenges that you will face. You will think and assume that you can just put a book out there and people will buy it, or that you're going to even be able to get it out there without having to go through some of those additional challenges. And this group here, sometimes they face the most pain because you have this amazing book you've written, but then people aren't buying or whatever because you don't understand that there's marketing behind it. And a group that sometimes annoys this first group is the second group. And this is people looking to make money on the internet. Maybe you want to have some sort of a side hustle in order to bring in additional income or to take over your primary income. And these are people who, they may also fall into the category of wishing to write books themselves, which would be the category for me. I wasn't a natural writer, but I had ideas I wanted to share with the world. But then I met this second group of people. These are people who have written, they're writing in order to make money. And I began to understand something absolutely amazing. Many of the times, they would pay other people to write, ghostwriters to write books for them because it wasn't even essential that they themselves wrote the books. As long as the books were of a quality standard that would get 3 to 5 stars, often 4 or 5 stars. What they brought to the table is the idea that if your cover and your description, if these are in check, and the title itself, those 3, and the way you have your author's platform set up, your author's identity there, this combination can be crazy powerful at getting your books to sell. To such an extent that these people who are just looking to make money on the internet, they're out selling the natural-born authors. And this is one reason you do not want to ignore this group of self-publishers. This could be you. And if it's you, the tips and tricks I mentioned work for you as well as the natural-born authors. But these people, they're cleaning house. They're coming in not even as somebody who's a writer, and they're beating the writers because they understand that a lot of this is about marketing. And marketing plays 50% or even a higher percent, it could be as much as 80 to 90% of the importance is in the marketing side of how you're positioning your books and you're making sure that they're easy to see and to tempt people to buy them. Does that make sense? You can know everything about fishing and be very enthusiastic about fishing, and somebody comes along who's just studying bait and studying how to put the right type of bait on the hook. And even if you know everything about the equipment of fishing and are very excited of looking at different types of fish, that person can come out there and completely blow you out of the boat when it comes to catching fish, because they're focused on catching fish. They're not focused so much on the science of fish and the nature of the hooks and the nature of this or that. They're interested in what do the fish want and how do I put the bait on there. So this second group is a very powerful group we want to learn from. And if you're part of this group, then what we want to do is we want to build a little bit on the writing side of things to make sure that our books are of quality so that our readers are going to be happy with it. And this is a very painful thing, I think, for the natural self-publishers, the writers themselves, is that they see that these other people, they're like, look, they're not even writing these books themselves. But my thing is, look, if they're providing value on the market, I'm not here to judge anybody. You can do whatever you wish to do, but don't ignore these people. They're just too important when it comes to marketing your books and such, okay? And getting it out there so that they're selling. And then our third point for the day, and our secret point, is no matter which kind of self-publisher you are, you need to choose the model that you can keep doing. So if it's something you've just begun or it's something that you're looking at doing over and over, it's something we're going to want to keep going on this, okay? It's a 3 to 5 year process that we're going to need to stick with. And after that period of time, we're going to start seeing the audience building up. It's not something that usually we're going to see overnight. Now with the second group, that's the people looking to make money, they're going to choose the nonfiction or maybe romance niche. These are the two that are most popular. They're going to choose target keywords, like I've told you before with KDSpy, in order to find those keywords that are going to be exactly hitting that audience in an underserved market, and they will see sales immediately. And that is something that I was blown away when I attempted this particular technique myself. Okay, let's try a ghostwriter. Let's try a topic. Let's say you try cryptocurrency, for example, a very hot topic. We combine these two together into a high quality book that is 100 pages in length that meets that thing. We put it onto the market, and suddenly when cryptocurrency started getting popular, these books started selling like crazy because the covers were great, the descriptions were great, and the book delivered on the value that was there. We don't go with any ghostwriter. We go with ghostwriters who actually have a background in the specific thing that they're writing on. And that is something we definitely want to pay attention to. And the other thing is, you're only going to win this game if you stay in it long enough. So make sure that it's something you're excited about, not just something you're going to switch between every 6 months or something. You really have to be dedicated and devoted to it. And also, don't sit on all your books. As you write a book, do some editing, get a cover on it, and let's get the book on the market so we can start learning and building an audience and learning the marketing side if you're in that first category of authors. And so these are a little bit, I hope that was a little bit helpful for you, but my question for you is, what kind of self-publisher are you? Go and let me know below in the comments, and check up above me here for more video answers to your self-publishing questions. Thanks.